and here we go. Welcome. I'm so happy to start this conversation with Mariana, and I was so excited about it. Um, Let me just check that everything is working all right because it doesn't seem to be working right, but we'll check it. And in a minute, everything's going to be okay.
Okay, we are live.
Are we? Yes, we
Uh,
are. I can see
yes.
us. Okay, we're live. Okay, perfect. Nice. Cool.
It,
So let me first introduce myself, and then I'll let Mariana talk about herself and her amazing journey into LinkedIn. So my name is Daria Rudnik. I'm a team architect and strategic clarity coach, and I work with busy leaders who don't have time and who want to break free from work overload. And I do that by building self-sufficient teams with them and building their personal brand. And Mariana is the person who knows exactly how to do that.
yes. My name is Marianna Inozemtseva. Yes, I know my surname is unpronounceable. I help B2B tech and marketing leaders and, well, founders and senior executives build their personal brand on LinkedIn to attract quality leads and talents. And I know, well, a lot about very busy people who have no time at all for such things as social posts. And my job is to help them. I met Daria when she just started her journey as a business owner. And before that, she was a senior executive herself. And she knows all about it. And I was amazed at how she was taking LinkedIn really serious from the very beginning. So, for example, I know, Daria, um, a lot about your LinkedIn journey, and today I want to ask you a lot of questions about it. I
Sure.
think your answers will be really useful for people who are thinking about that they really should start, but not today. Hope it will motivate them to start. So, I know that you were launching your business in Israel and you went all in on LinkedIn, like daily posts without breaks, quality visuals, thoughtful comments to relevant people. Could you please share how did your mindset change from that very beginning to the point where you are now?
Well, thanks, Marianne. It's a great question. Like to tell you the truth, I am like when I was chief people officer for mostly tech and telecom companies, I was just one of those overloaded executives with no time for LinkedIn. And the only time I kind of opened the LinkedIn profile when I said, okay, I need a new job. So what I do, I go to LinkedIn, add a bunch of people, send some messages like, "Hey, I'm looking for a job. Do you have anything like that for me?" People saying yes or no, or maybe sometime later, and then I forgot about it. And that was that was quite a long time ago. And since then, I've learned, and by being active on LinkedIn, I've actually learned that LinkedIn is not a come in, do some stuff, and go out. It's about building meaningful relationships here, like we do here, like meeting together, talking to people, sharing knowledge, exchanging ideas with other people, and really getting to know them so that it's a long term game. So, answering your question, my mindset about LinkedIn has changed. That it's not about posting, it's not about sending cold messages or warm messages, say, hey, I'm looking for a job. It's about building relationships online. And if you look at all those content creators who regularly post and comment and create visuals, you don't have to be like that. Because again, it's not about the posts, but it's about relationships. And yeah, I'm sure we'll talk about that further on in this hour conversation.
Yeah, that's really cool. So, actually, there were two tectonic shifts in your mindset. First, when you treated LinkedIn just like a job board, and second, when you went all in like a real content creator. And now you are again one step above it all, and you treat it like a tool. And you don't post daily, do you?
Well, I do now. Again, it's also it's a constant experiment. So I used to post 6 times a week, then I switched to 3 times a week. Now I post 5 times, like every work day.
Mhm. I believe there are people who post 7 days a week, sometimes twice, and repost. And no matter it's Christmas, on New Year's Eve, or anything, they're there.
I mean, if we talk about career development and building relationships, again, you don't need that. It's not like you're selling lead generation on LinkedIn. If you do, maybe you need to do that. But when we talk about meaningful career progression, meaningful growth, it's about, again, you don't have to post every day. Once a week, 2 days, 2 times a week is more than enough to build, to have this presence, to find interesting people, to connect with those people and have conversations with them outside of LinkedIn.
By the way, yeah, exactly. The next thing I wanted to ask you about finding relevant people. How did you do it back then when you were starting, and how do you do it now?
Well, there are several strategies, and I'm sure you'll correct me because I mean, I'm sure there are lots of them. But my strategies were first, when I knew the kind of positions I will be looking for. So I was looking for people who would be hiring for this position, like headhunters, executive search consultants. And I was looking for hiring managers, like CEOs, senior executives, and I was looking for peers as well, because peer recommendations is also a very powerful tool because some executive search consultant or headhunter could reach out to some people and they say, hey, well, no, unfortunately, I can't take this job now, but I know some person who might want be who would be a great fit for you. So these are the three type of people I would reach out to, and you look for them through search, through I know you can add paid premium LinkedIn for a while and find those people, different ways to find those people. But those kind of the categories that I would aim for.
Okay. And how do you connect with people as a business owner, as a founder right now?
Um, Again, I look for interesting people relevant to what I do, which is senior executives, managers, leaders leading their teams in medium-sized tech companies with LinkedIn presence, because I want to start conversations with them. And like recently, I just had a great conversation with someone who started being active on LinkedIn, and they needed some support on, okay, how do I expand my presence on LinkedIn? And we had this conversation of LinkedIn. So the main thing is you meet people, you connect with people, and you offer them some help and some piece of advice. And you probably meet them off the platform by Zoom call, or maybe just have a conversation in the chat. And that means something. They remember you. They remember how you helped them. They remember how you were nice to them. And it's not like the first message you sent them was, hey, I'm looking for a job. Do you have any? No, the first message is, hey, it's great to connect. I loved your post, or I like your experience, or we worked in the same company. Anything.
Yes, it's very, well, not very, it's crucial, crucial, important to tell people from the very beginning uh, why you're connecting. And first, maybe it's not a note you send with connection request, but a comment to their posts.
Mhm.
And it's a very interesting thing you said about you are interested in companies who are already active on LinkedIn. And now I believe more and more companies are getting more active on LinkedIn because they understand what a great channel for marketing it is. And both marketing to sell some product or service, but also for HR brand. It's a branding instrument, it's a PR instrument. LinkedIn is great in many respects. So, well, finding relevant people. Yeah, you mentioned it correctly about search and Sales Navigator. I use it all the time for my clients, for myself. And also, I would say that if you want to build connections with people, it's cool to search in the comments. People are replying to thought leaders, and you could be there looking for people tell who talk shop, who tell something interesting, not just nice. And thanks for sharing. And I think I got about, well, at least 15% of my connections on LinkedIn are people I found in some other people comments. And comments actually are sometimes much more telling than posts.
Yeah.
If done correctly, yeah, they're really live and not less official, more sincere. And it's a really good way to build your own profile, commenting on other people.
We have a question, and that's like what you're saying is
Great.
it's partially an answer for your question. So we have a question from Andrei. Every time I confused about what to write on my LinkedIn page. I mean, I know that I can relate. Every time I coach people on building the LinkedIn career development and building the LinkedIn presence, what should I post about? Okay, one thing, like Mariana just said, you found an interesting post, you see the comment, you take this comment and you make a post out of it. Hey, I saw this message, I really liked it. Here's what I think. What I think. That's the most important thing. People want to know what you think. You read an interesting article. I'm sure as a busy professional, you read something. You read articles, you receive newsletters, you have some ideas and thoughts. Share them. In your busy life, you have so many interesting things happening to you, or you're researching a new topic, whether it's sustainability or AI or a continuous workforce, anything that you're diving deep into and you really have passion about it. Okay, share an article, share your thought. But most important thing is when you have this thought, you don't have LinkedIn around you because you're busy. And when you have LinkedIn, the thought has already gone. So whenever you have a thought, take a habit, like make a habit of writing it down in on your phone, somewhere on your paper, anything. Just keep the list of those thoughts. And then when you're ready to post something on LinkedIn, you open the notes, you see, okay, I want to write about this. Very short, very brief, doesn't have to be long. Your thoughts.
Yes, your thoughts are actually the only valuable thing there is. About the notes, there are many awesome apps for that, starting from iOS, Apple Notes. Well, and I loved them when I had iPhone. Now I just send myself messages on Telegram. I think many people know that Russians use Telegram. It's really the best messenger out there. Unfortunately,
I send myself messages on ChatGPT.
no, it's too slow because I need.
You say it. You send a voice message. Well, I say it on ChatGPT. It transcribes voice into text, and it saves the text.
I love to dictate what I want to say to Telegram, and it writes it down.
Okay.
And I have a nearly finished post in my Telegram. I hate voice notes. I really hate voice notes. And I feel that I'm not very good at talking to people. And it's better for me, it's always better to write something down and edit it, and then edit it once more and again, and then it will be ready for posting. And I normally don't trust AI with half of those.
Oh yeah, yeah. Don't
edits.
do that. If you wanna post something, don't just take ChatGPT response. No way.
Yes, actually, ChatGPT can be trained to sound just like you, to write in your style, but it needs, well, at least 3 to 5, at least, posts that you have written manually. Yeah, I hate voice notes too, tells us Alexander. Yeah. So, ChatGPT uh, can sound just like you if you train it, if you give it examples of texts that you wrote with your own natural intelligence. After that, it will produce posts that are about your style. Well, for me, it's really lifesaver. It saves ton of time. I can drop there some messy writing and get it well composed into blocks, well, thoughts. Uh, Saves time, works nicely, but first examples.
Yeah, exactly. And your ideas, ChatGPT format.
Yes, yes, exactly. Without ideas, it doesn't work. I know there are content creators who say things like you can go to Reddit, you can mm, see what's trending there, you can use Perplexity to make it into one ball of thoughts, and then you can show it into ChatGPT or their own special LinkedIn tool and get back perfectly written post. Well, it will be AI without any drop of any thought, not yours, not anyone's. It will be all fluff and nothing else. Uh, so I don't read posts like that, and I don't recommend people to write like that. A very different thing is when you use this flow, go to Reddit, see what's trending, so and so. I believe Jordan Snapper has a very good talk about it. Uh, he recommended a, well, step by step guide. The most important part of this guide is take not the answers from Reddit, take the questions. See what people don't understand. Go through comments, find things they still don't understand, even from the post, and then answer these burning questions in your content with your own ideas, your own experience, with your own words. And this thing works nicely because Jordan, he works for cybersecurity, but he's a ghostwriter. He's not seesaw. He takes those cool questions and he goes to seesaws and asks them. And that's exactly what I do. For example, I'm a LinkedIn ghostwriter. I'm not a data analyst. Um, I don't have PhD in that, but I know how to find questions that I ask my clients, and then we could go and they can just answer. And well, you can find such questions for yourself and answer them. Um, I've been talking too long, I think.
I want to get back a little bit to the question that you said, like how to connect people. Because again, that question has been asked a lot. Like, for example, you're a busy leader, you don't have time. You don't have time to go to Reddit. I mean, you don't have time to search for LinkedIn. How do you find people? And what if they won't accept your connection request? I mean, how's that? They're totally strangers. Well, to be honest, people are okay. People are rather open. I mean, you don't have to write anything. You don't have to do anything for people to connect you, especially if you work in the same company or used to work in the same company, went to the same university, or, I mean, have some experience in common. And that's when you have that, people are kind of easy and ready to accept you, if you commented on their post before, they will definitely like, okay, 90% will accept your connection request. If you like their post, share their post, comment their post, that's easy and not time consuming way to add connections to your LinkedIn profile that are relevant to you.
And you can always find a ghostwriter who will be doing that for you.
For sure.
That's a really excellent shortcut for those who don't have time. Because, yeah, connections are super important. And yes, comments make the conversion from connection request sent to connection request approved like twice better, 2 times better, at least, if you comment on their posts. Well, if they don't post, that's tricky.
Well, they comment. If they don't post, they comment. I mean, if they're active on LinkedIn and don't post, they comment. So you can comment on their comment.
Yes.
If it's a meaningful comment, just congratulations, good job.
Some people do
Things like
neither.
that.
Yeah, some people don't just read it like a newspaper. For them, LinkedIn is a newspaper, not a community.
And that's what we're saying. Don't use it as a newsletter. It's not a newspaper. It's not your CV. It's a platform to connect with other people.
Yes. Okay, I've had this question here, but Daria has already actually answered it about how to find time on LinkedIn with notes on your phone. But there is.
Yeah, I mean, about defining time again. First of all, I mean, it depends on how deep and how deep you want to go into LinkedIn and what are the reasons you want to be on LinkedIn. If you are building your personal brand for career development, for finding your next career step, posting something, your thoughts, sharing articles 2 or 3 times, like 1 or 2 times a week, commenting on other people's posts is more than enough. If you think of, and I know some people do that, they treat LinkedIn as a kind of a prepare themselves for then building their own business. Like now I'm an executive in a company, but I plan to start my own company, whether it's a startup or consultancy or something else, and I want to prepare this platform to be ready. Then probably you might want to go like more intense into LinkedIn, hire ghostwriter or post more regularly or connect with more people. But again, it's your choice how you want to do that. Just be there regularly, consistently, and connect with people that you like.
Is there some tip that you constantly give to your clients? Because you help, well, basically, you help senior executives find time, more time in the same day. Yeah, with the same amount of, same number of people, same team. You help them find more time for themselves. Maybe there are some tips that everyone could use. What do you think?
Oh man, that's a $1 million question. To find time, there's only way to find time, and that is to stop doing everything. Just like stop and take a pause and do nothing for some time. And finding time for doing nothing is the hardest thing, but it's the first step. And it's like in everything you start, it's like the first thing you do. And when you find this time to do nothing, to stop and think, then you start prioritizing things you're delegating, things you're doing yourself, things you're dropping or like altogether and not doing them. And again, same goes for LinkedIn. When you take this time to like step back, pause, and think, ask yourself these questions. Okay, what do I want for LinkedIn in 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? And if you feel like, okay, I just want to be present and build my brand, how can I find to post once a week? And if you feel like, okay, I want to be like really, really present, okay, how can I find time to post more? What can I delegate? what I don't have to do. Maybe I don't have to do commenting. I mean, you do have to do commenting anyway. But the things like what are the things you're doing? What are the things you're delegating? And what are the things you're not doing? But the first step is take a pause and stop doing anything.
That's a great question. Actually, taking a pause is what helped me when I was overwhelmed with my work. About, yeah, it's 2 months from now. I was working as the team leader of I led a content team for social selling and brand ambassador program, and I was doing everything exactly like you described it, and it was so hard to prioritize anything. But now well, this pause is for me started on like the last day. I understood that I can stop. I can actually take a break and think about my next steps and my real goals. And in 2 weeks, I signed two new clients, and it felt marvelous. And also, a funny thing from my speech right now is that if someone is working for a company, there is such option as social selling program, brand ambassadors program, employee advocacy program. Uh, so you can drop this idea into your company environment and talk with marketing or PR, someone who is in charge of communities,
That is
because
actually a great point. Yeah. Sorry,
and
Abemi. Sorry, I'm interrupted you. I'm just saying, people saying, what would my company think if I start posting on LinkedIn regularly? That's exactly what they need to think, that you're selling the company, that you're using
yes.
this as a social selling tool. You're promoting the company for their benefit, for your benefit. They could help you, or you are helping them anyway. So don't worry about that.
Well, actually, people have to worry because it's the first question that they get asked. Why are you so active on LinkedIn? It might not come in such unpleasant tone as I actually right now, but still they have these not very nice questions like, "Are you planning to leave us or what?" And it's funny because mostly when a senior executive starts posting, I had it in my program many times, about 10 for senior executives, I think. It's immediately, immediately ton of comments from people from his company, from people outside the company, from partners, from their partners' clients, because people want to be seen in the comment section of someone senior and really important, and they comment all kind of things, from very simple thanks for sharing to really really thoughtful things that add to the value of the post. And it's easier to hire for company who is visible, and posts from not senior executives, any other employees, they add to company's visibility. So when you start posting, and if you are employed, it's a great big bonus to your company. And I I understand their concerns, but I can say that in my program we had 40 profiles: business developers, HRBPs, senior executives, and I was there a year and 9 months, and none of those people left. None was headhunted to other companies.
I
And
mean, they would
believe
try
me,
to, like, I know headhunters try to headhunt them, right?
yeah,
But they
sure,
didn't leave. They didn't
they
leave.
they
That's the main
didn't
thing.
leave because it doesn't matter if they're asked all the time, would you like to change? No, they don't want to change their workplace. They love it here. And they share with everyone how much they love it in this company, how they meet challenges, how the team works, how they all overcome those challenges, and what great results they have. They have plenty of things to boast about. So no, they don't want to leave the company. They're
And that's my
happy.
call to fellow HRs. Create this ambassador, social ambassador program for your best employees, and they will not leave you. They'll build their personal brand on LinkedIn and they'll stay with you.
Yes, actually, this social activity adds to visibility within company, not only outside, but for example, one team uh, developed some idea and is sharing it. Um, of course, it's easier when we're talking about business developers and they could share a case study or news about big contract or something. And it's much more trickier in like legal departments or something. But still, there are things that could go public and it will be okay. And other parts of the team look at them and say, like, those guys in marketing are killing it. They're so cool. And it really works nice. Although I don't like politics inside big companies, but they exist. And when we can do nothing about the fact that they exist, but we can work with them. Say kudos to other teams, highlight them, highlight other teams' members, sales, praising marketing, and marketing, praising sales, no matter they hate each other deeply. Uh, but yeah, HRs should know about that. Social selling is a community building tool for the company.
Exactly. Okay, we've been talking for about 30 minutes already. I mean, if there are any more questions on your Telegram channel or here on LinkedIn, I don't see any new questions on LinkedIn, but maybe there's something on the Telegram. We're happy to answer them.
I doubt it because it's. For some reason, we are not live. I'll
On
check.
Telegram.
Yeah. I will check why it is so.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
then.
Actually, I have. Oh. One moment. Do you hear me?
Yes, I do.
Great. I had a terrible echo. I was hearing everything we were saying for the past like 15 seconds. I
Oh, cool.
understand.
I see people are using your advice and connecting with other listeners. Good job. I mean, that's exactly what we were aiming for. Connect with other people who share the same interests like you do.
Okay. Um relaunching the it's
I think we're
interesting.
I think we're done.
And exactly at this moment we meet Mike Weitzman. Hello. Hello, Mike. Hello, world. Yeah, I was waiting for him. Mike is ex-CMO of Yangot Taxi Israel, and I think he knows about posting regularly and being on top of every hype thing. And it's always a pleasure to see him in real life because if you know who a super connector is, Mike is one. Connecting with people in real life, not only on LinkedIn. And I think it's a thing that is mostly overlooked on LinkedIn posts. Uh, Daria, you said that LinkedIn is for connection. And exactly, for me, it's for connection either. But what people sometimes forget is that there also exists a real world where you can also connect with people and it will add to your online presence. And I should say that like half of my clients, they are not from LinkedIn directly. They knew me or knew someone who worked with me in real life, not on LinkedIn. And when I first met Mike, it was on CMO community, Israeli CMO community. I don't think I can pronounce it correctly in Hebrew. Minelei Shivuk. No, I can't. Um, so there were about 200 people in the club, and Mike was like, "Do you know this person and this person and this person?" Oh, and that was for to the head of partnerships of the company who was sponsoring the event. He was like, "Nika, you must meet this person," and it was like this and this and this and that, and it's really how it works. You connect with people, and people introduce you to other people, either on LinkedIn or offline. And it's really cool to remember going out
Exactly.
to meetups.
Yeah, that's right. And I mean, again, treat LinkedIn as your CRM platform. When you met something in the event, like Marianne met Mike, you met something in the event, connect with them on LinkedIn, share a post about meeting those people, say thank you for some introductions or some great conversations that you had. That will strengthen your relationship with those people. That will build those connections even further. So you either meet someone on LinkedIn and take them off LinkedIn and meet them, I don't know, either by Zoom or offline for coffee, or you meet someone offline and you get them on LinkedIn as your new connection and you comment on each other posts and build those relationships online. So it's all mixed together. And like we started this conversation, it's all about building the relationships.
Exactly. I think it's how we should have named our today's meeting, building connections. Um, and by the way, building offline connections and me going to offline meetings is another great source of content because every coffee, every meetup, every conference could be turned and should be turned into posts. Yeah,
We have a
one.
question, and I
We have
love
a
this question.
question. Yes.
Yeah. What do we think about scandal, controversial posts?
One moment.
Mariana, I'm
If,
sorry.
first, I want to finish the thought about um, offline meetings. So, if you are thinking about what can I publish on LinkedIn, just just set yourself a reminder that next time you're having coffee with someone, you take a selfie and you prepare 2 lines. If it had start with 2 lines, I had a coffee with Daria Rudnik, and we discussed, I don't know, building
Personal brand
personal
on
brand
LinkedIn.
on LinkedIn. And you know what? You really should go offline and drink coffee in this amazing coffee shop in Sarona, for example. Some people might say that such posts are fluff and nothing, but uh, they show you as a person, and you've mentioned what you're interested in and what you do, and you added a person who can support you and who adds um, like not well official, but still it's kind of recommendation after all. Yeah, I think so. easiest way to put it. So yes, offline selfies and Swift post. So to our questions. Marina Verman, what do you think about writing scandal posts and sharp topics? Um, okay. Uh, I don't think I've ever done that uh, in my
Mike would
entire life.
disagree.
um, yeah, anything but obituary is a good PR. Well, I think, for example, CEO of Deal can argue with that right now, and many other people who had a lot of publicity they didn't want it. But writing controversial posts is a way. I think it's okay if you feel comfortable saying that. If it is what you are, there are plenty of people on LinkedIn who are just like that. They can say something like ABM is bullshit imagined to pull out money from corporate fools, and they will die on that hill. And that's exactly what they think. Or they can comment on some political things. There are many people in Israel who are politically active on LinkedIn, and some of their posts could be considered controversial, and they are happy with that. Sometimes they get banned for that also. It's another thing to consider how exactly controversial the topic is, because you could be reported and banned. But if it is your personality, why not? If it doesn't violate rules.
I mean, I would say it's a scale. Like, what
Okay.
is a scandal? What's your risk tolerance? What's the level of boldness you're ready and to take, and what's the level of risk you're ready to take? So, I mean, you can write something that is controversial, but is would be accepted as a new idea and new thought, because any new thought is a controversial at some point. Or it could go like really, really highly political. I wouldn't recommend doing that, but there's a lot in between. So, I mean, choose your risk tolerance level and your scandal level, and then do it. Go for it.
And when I was working with a corporation for those 40 profiles, including senior executives, we had a PR team to approve all the posts that went live for senior executives. And sometimes we got comments from the PR team like, why is it so not controversial? Where is the edge? We thought you'd like it. No. We could pull it into this direction. It will sound more, it will sound stronger. We was, wow, yeah. Yeah, some PR people can work with that and they're good at it. They didn't have something of a scandal, really. They were just tweaking some words to get out the message more
Just make it
directly.
bold. Make it bold. Yeah.
Yes, making it bold.
Hmm.
Sometimes it's what a person needs and what everyone expects from the person. And yeah.
Okay. Well, since we don't have any more questions, Mariana, do you have any questions that you'd really like to talk about today? Because we've been talking for about 45 minutes already, talking about personal brand, what you need to do on LinkedIn, what you can do on LinkedIn, even if you don't have time.
I think we could write a book about what you can
What
do with
not to do.
LinkedIn, even if you don't have time. I think we really should compose a post of the ideas you can, what you can write about in under 3 minutes. uh, Actually, artists have this training to draw a picture in 1 minute and 2 minutes, some quick draft, put your thoughts on a paper and see what comes out of it. Maybe it could be your exercise. I don't think I've ever tried, but it's an interesting thought, I think. I'm not sure I have something special to talk about because Daria explained it very good about connections. And really, connections are the most important part of it all. Um, it's very interesting because, yeah, I just understood that you actually can grow your profile on LinkedIn without posting anything with just comments. No post of your own, just commenting to other people and adding people to your contact list. Talking to them on direct messages, which is, I think, one thing we didn't discuss here. And dialogues on direct messages help your profile be seen on LinkedIn, as far as I understand
Yeah.
the LinkedIn algorithm. So it's very good to have chats with people from time to time, and chats on direct messages on Telegram. I hate the messenger, but it's unavoidable.
Well, okay, I see questions. I see questions. Okay, the first one is a concern, more like a concern, and I hear that a lot about like, what if someone doesn't like my post and they like comment something rude? I had that once. It was terrible. I wasn't only after that. I didn't go on LinkedIn for, I don't know, 6 months or so, because it felt bad. It felt really really personal. Well, first of all, I mean, we do have that. We you probably will not be writing something like really really scandal things, and if someone is attacking you, just block them. It's very easy, just block it. So after that case, when I had this like really really took this emotionally, I just started to block people. I don't want to see that. I delete the comment and I block it. The other thing is that like bad comments, like for me personally, is very rare. I mean, LinkedIn is so nice and polite. You can get this on Twitter, or you can probably get this on Facebook, but LinkedIn is so super polished and polite. So most probably you will not even get it. But if you do, just block them. Just forget about them. Out.
Exactly. And that's what I always tell my clients. And that's what we used to practice in our program. And for about 2 years, we got two bad comments. We have we had 120 posts going live monthly. Um, 1,500 and something posts went live. Uh, I I think in a year, because the number differed slightly from in the beginning, and then two bad comments we got. We blocked both of those people, and that's it. So the probability to get someone nasty in your comments is like what, 1%, and you can block the person immediately. And what's even nicer, you can always keep in mind that what that person said about you or your posts or your appearance or your picture or anything will be visible in their profile. And yes, one of those comments was from a student of university, and she commented on my experts page something like, "Why do you use personal headshots with these business posts?" It's a really stupid thing to say to a head of business development, because the person is head of business development and people must know how she looks because they meet her on conferences, on meetups, on meetings. She organizes events, she's a speaker, and yes, she should post her pictures with her posts so that people will recognize you. But of course, we won't be talking to some stupid people who don't understand it. We just block. And remember that this particular marketing student will never get job at this company and probably in many others,
It's not funny.
because you don't want to work with people who can't behave themselves online. Because if she was employed in some company, she would be embarrassing her company. And it's very important thing to bear in mind if you're on LinkedIn. Everything you say is public. It's public on your profile until you pull it down. So, yes, everyone is very polite because they sign each of the comments with their actual name and surname and company name. And
Yeah,
that's
that's
it.
right. There's a question from Marina about the good example to post. I don't think it's possible to give. I mean, I can share it in the comments sometime later. But most important, I mean, it's just you see a post and you write something you think about the post, and it's again sharing what you think. So if it's hey, nice share, thanks for sharing this, it's not a good comment. But comment with some meaningful information, add something that you think about what they posted is a good comment.
I think I know what Marina means. It's sometimes really hard to explain what you think about that. And there could be really a framework for commenting. You could, for example, if there is a list of items, list of rules, list of something, you could add one more step, one more rule. Or if a person is thinking about some theory and diving into details of it and so on, so you could give example to that. Even if there are already examples, you can give example from your experience. And it shows you as an expert, as a person with experience, and it shows that you're interested, and that you know what you're talking about in this exact moment. So giving
Yeah, I like that.
examples always works for me.
Cool. Yeah.
Um, I don't believe in outsourcing commenting to AI, although there is a tool called Extrovert. Recently, I talked with the founder, uh, and he explained that they changed the model, changed everything. It's not like it used to be.
No,
And
I saw
now,
it. It's actually good. I mean, these comments were rather meaningful.
yeah,
And it's again, it's not something that you copy and paste. It's something that you can like start building upon that helps you with your thinking process.
yes. When I tested this, I I'd normally read the generated comment, say, erase it, and write my own. And it really worked for me because it sparked some cognitive process in my head, and it was easier for me to comment. Now that I got some, well, I think it comes with practice. Now I don't need AI tools to comment regularly. Or maybe another thing, apart from framework for commenting, another important thing is having an interesting feed. You can't comment on some generated bullshit. Sorry for swearing, but some people just drop into ChatGPT a prompt like, compose a LinkedIn post for me about promoting a business on social media. Enter. What you can imagine what drops out of it, right? So I seriously doubt you could add anything to that post, anything nice, at least. And I don't recommend any unpleasantness to the conversation. So, yeah, how to begin building interesting feed? Kick out everyone who's posting the rubbish. Of course, it's trickier if, for example, you are recruiting agency or in service business. You're selling product, and those people you want to comment on their prospects, and you have to comment on to warm up conversation before connecting with them. Well, I'm afraid here comes the AI tool.
No, your strategy that you shared. I mean, that's a really nice strategy. All right. Well, thank you so much. It was really great having this conversation. I really appreciate your comments. I mean, thanks for coming. Thanks for asking questions. And Mike, I love your prompt for pitching new connections. I'll share mine in the comments. And please, for everyone else, please share your ideas on how you can like spark the conversation with your new connections. And Marianne, I mean, I love your stories. I mean, I love your stories, your practical stories of how LinkedIn works. Like that, it's not that scary. You have only 2 negative comments for I don't know thousands of posts. It's okay. I mean, don't use ChatGPT to create random posts, but use it strategically and mindfully. It's incredible.
Thank you. Thank you for your kind words. It was great to have this conversation. I apologize for being sometimes slow. It's my first LinkedIn Live.
Cool. It was great. And again, if you need a ghostwriter, you know where to go. And if you know a coach for making your life easier and break free from work overload, you know where to go. So
Yes.
connect with us on LinkedIn if you're not.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Take care.
See you
Bye-bye.
in the comments. Bye.